Now, the next topic I want to talk about is where do good ideas come from? So now I had launched. I said, you know what, I'm okay, I can be an entrepreneur. I just need to be hanging out with the right kind of people, right? Because I'll get the right kind of motivation. I'm going to tell you a little technique. And what I'm going to tell you right here is that I believe, this is our free tip for the day, I believe that some people are, sometimes you meet entrepreneurs that have been successful more than once. What is it they're doing? What is the best practice? What are they doing different than everybody else? So I tried to study that and tried to figure it out, and I realized something. The reason that some people constantly innovate is because they look at the world in a way differently than everybody else. So I'm going to tell you the practice I've developed over a lot of years for how I look at the world. Most people spend, let's say that you are in dentistry. They spend their whole day in dentistry. That's what they do. If you were to ask them to take a quick glance at the banking industry, they would say, are you nuts? I'm a dentist. What does that have to do with it? People tend to stay in their channel, and that's what they look at all day. So you know what you get when you try to improve that? You get dentistry 21.0. Okay? Now I'm going to ask you, what do you think happens if you take time to look at a much broader world every single day and then try to relate it to dentistry? This is where the innovators come in. So let me tell you something that I do. I do this process, I can't think of a word, so I made this up. Info sponging is what I've been calling it. Here's what I do, and I do this every day. If you can't do it every day, do it once a week. But here's what I do. The first 20 minutes of every day, I turn off all my phones, well, not my computer. I don't answer email, I don't answer phones, I don't answer text, anything. For 20 minutes, I leave my business and my industry. And what I do in this 20 minutes is I try to absorb all kinds of stuff that I have no idea what the relevance it is to me. I go on the internet and I peruse stories. I read stories about world events. What do they have to do with dentistry? Nothing. I read stories about new technology, about consumer trends. I do look at competitors in my industry. I read press releases. I look at new government regulations that came out. I look at the world around me much broader than the field that I'm in. And you know what I do while I'm doing that? I write down random data points. Wow, this new technology just came out that enables people to do this from their mobile device. Wow, the government just announced new legislation that changes this. Over in this country, there's this trend where everybody's doing this in Asia. Maybe that trend will come here. I write down all these data points. They have nothing to do with my business. Every day at the end, I take those sheets of paper. I look at all those data points and stare at them at the end of that half hour. And most days, I just shrug, and nothing came out of it. Nothing happened. But you know what happens? On the 100th day, all those dots connect. And you suddenly say, holy crap, that's your aha moment. You say, because this happened, and this technology is now out, and consumers now want this, and this legislation changed, I can suddenly do something I could never do before. That's where innovators come from. That's where you come up with an idea like Skype or Twitter or Facebook, is you look at a series of converging data points and you find out what it is you can do. So this, every day, at the end of that 20, 30 minutes, I'm serious, guys, this may sound cheesy, I do this every day. I look at how the world changed while I was sleeping. I get up every morning and I ask this question every day. What could I do today that I couldn't do yesterday? Where is the opportunity to be too swift, agile, and responsive? Did something happen in the world while I was sleeping? I'll give you a random good one. One day I woke up and found out that a competitor of mine was, because I was clicking on business bankruptcies, which had nothing to do with my business. I wasn't anywhere close to bankrupt, but I was doing my info sponging. And I just let my mind wander. I follow topics. You know one of the things I look at? Every day I go to the Yahoo website and I look at the top 10 searches. Why? I have no idea. But if these are the top 10 things that the planet Earth is searching for, it's got to give me some insight to what's going on in the world around me. One day, that topic was business bankruptcies. So I said there must be a lot of people filing bankruptcy. So I clicked on it, even though I had no idea why. In the chain that I was randomly clicking on, I found a major competitor of mine had quietly filed a bankruptcy. You know what I did the next day? I emailed that bankruptcy filing to all their customers, and I practically doubled my business overnight. Had I not been looking, I told them, look, I'm not telling you to switch vendors, but you're about to not have one. So when you do, please call me. And they said, wow, you're really on top of things. We like that. And half of them came to me. I would have never even seen that opportunity if I wasn't looking at a broader world.